Hey guys, what's up? So in this video we're going to check out the JCM 800 in the Helix Stomp, and we're going to make it sound a little nicer because I find that the stock settings and stock cap sound a little shitty. So let's check it out guys, let's jump straight into it. But before we do that, please go ahead and press that little subscribe button down there. Also press the little bell icon next to it. It will notify you every time I upload a new video, and that's about every other day. So what is not to like about that, guys? Let's get straight into the video. Okay, so I have got the stock settings here on the Marshall JCM 800, which is called the Brit 2204. And this is what it sounds like with my ES335 with a Sir Thornburger in the bridge. Does not sound that great in my opinion. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of that cabinet because that cabinet is not that great. So just get a greenback cabinet, guys. Sorry, I'm a plexi dude, so I like my old school kind of greenback tones, and this is what you get. Okay, so let's get a little bit more high cut. About 7K is what I like. That's not shaving off a lot, it's just cleaning it up a little. Guys, we haven't even touched the basic settings here and the microphones. And it already sounds pretty awesome to me. So a mic I really like for kind of sitting at home is a U87. But we're going to stick with this 57 for now and just dial it in a little more because I do think it sounds great if you want to cut through that band mix. So what I would do is I would basically, the mids I would leave probably, but I will get all the presence and all the treble because I like can start cranking up the mids and you will get a little bit of a thicker kind of like what Bogner is going after, kind of that tone. So yeah, that does that, but again I leave that at about 6 or so because, yeah, it's just where I like. And you can start adding a little bit more bass, but the more bass you add, the more muffled it's going to sound. It sounds actually pretty good, but when you start dialing in more gain, it will present a few problems in my opinion. But then again, I'm not a guy that likes to use a ton of gain on Marshalls because the less gain, the more defined it is. You want just enough gain, but you don't want too much, guys. So we're going to check out at about 7, just for fun. So when you start dialing up the gain, you also want to dial back a little bit of the presence and the treble. So let's take them back to about 8. So as you can see, it sounds pretty good with the treble and the presence a little bit lower when you higher the gain. So if you lower the gain, you can get away with a lot more presence and treble. But if you higher it, you want to make it a little smooth so that people still have a nice tone to listen to, that they're not going to have their faces ripped off. gain. Again, this is not something I would probably use, but just for fun. And the bass is starting to get a little much, so get rid of a little bit of that bass. Again, presence is starting to become a little much, and treble also. I'm not that much of a fan of using all the gain, so I would probably go to about 7 and start pushing it with pedals to kind of keep that tightness in your solos and kind of do it that way. Yeah, basically this amp just sounds good with about everything. At around 6 is what it is, and the lower the gain, the more presence and treble you can add. The higher the gain, kind of back that off, and also the bass. But yeah, let's check out a few different mics now. I really like the U87. And now you can get away with a little bit more presence and treble on those higher gain type of things. Not really that much gain, but again, it's more gain than I would probably use in a plexi instrument. Sounds amazing to me, guys. So yeah, you also have a few other mics like the Dynamic 7. Sounds good. Let's check out a few boosts just for fun. So one I really like is the Deranged Master. You can start to hear a lot of fuzz, so you might want to add the input gate. I like to add the input gate on about 150 milliseconds, and we get this. It basically stops the hiss really nicely, even with the pedal. And the nice thing about the Deranged Master is that it kind of tightens up the front end, so you can really kind of push the front end and not be too worried about kind of mushing it up with too much bass. So that's really nice. Another old standby is the old Tooth Screamer. It sounds pretty nice. It feels like you want to get the tone off on this pedal to make it work with the amp if you have a lot of presence on there. Also, if you dimed the mids on the amp, it might not work as well. But with the mids at a reasonable level, The gain kind of low, the level high, the tone low. It's a really nice type of boost. Okay, so there are a lot of other pedals, but this is kind of basically what you can do. So again, guys, please don't forget to hit that little subscribe button down there, hit the little bell icon next to it. I would really appreciate it, and you will get a lot of HX Stomp videos coming your way and other guitar related videos. So what is not to like, guys? Then I will see you for the next one.